But our next guest joins us in studio, and it's a great marker day because it means something to him and I that means a little less to you, Golic. Because when opening day is here,
yes,
it means the weather's getting warmer, which means baseball can be played. And if you can play baseball outside, that means you can play golf.
Oh, boy.
The Masters is coming.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Two-time NBA champion Ray Allen is here in studio, giving us the Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Best phones, best networks, no contracts. And again, a tip of the cap to my man Ray here, because last summer when I was filling in on that other show, and I said the second hardest thing to do in all of professional sports is to hit a golf ball where you want it all the time under the pressure of tournament play, and you were like, give me a break. I could do that drunk.
No, I did. See, here's the thing.
And then we had Ray on the show, and bang, he was on my side.
You so over-embellish. No. The hardest thing to do, I said, is hit a baseball.
Yes, we all agree that. We all agree.
And he said the second hardest thing is put a golf ball where you want, basically. Mine is I can put a golf ball on the green, just a matter of where. If the rough is still green, right? I mean, so, seriously, you think it's the second hardest thing to do in sports?
Yeah, I mean,
really,
bang.
Yeah, if you think about how many times right now I'm a 2 handicap, and to be able
humble brag, go ahead.
No, I know some guys a lot better than me, but to be able to. There's some rounds where I don't hit a green. It's like I'm standing there looking right at it, and the ball goes in a different direction. How did that happen?
Yeah, how did that happen? Where does this come from? You can stripe it on the range, and suddenly it just goes away. So for guys to control it that long and that well, it's really difficult.
Okay, we'll disagree a little bit. My biggest issue in golf is I need to have a golf club, a beer, and a cigar. And I only have 2 hands.
We can help you out.
But I only have 2 hands, and a cigar, a can of beer, and a golf club. What am I going to do? Something's got to give.
You need one of them claws on the side of the golf cart that can hold one of your.
See, that's a good point.
Paraphernalia. So
yeah, you're good.
They got it.
Okay,
this is why he knows things. Not only does he know the golf is hard, but he knows how hard it is to hit one of the most clutch shots in the history of the NBA.
Well,
Game 6, 2013 NBA Finals. That had to be somewhat difficult.
It's just like what you guys doing here is work. You figure out how to do it, and you become an expert at it.
No, we're still trying that. We're not even close.
Well, you guys make it look easy. I've been watching you. You make it look real easy. And, people say that we make basketball look easy, but it's just constant work, daily.
Repetition.
Putting it in every single day. We talk about muscle memory, but your muscles can give up on you sometimes.
Yeah.
So you have to really do it ad nauseum. So when you go into the gym, you don't even think about it.
Oh, I was just going to say the key thing, and I talk about this really in any sport, you think you die. You think it's too late, right? It has to all just happen.
Yeah, you have to be proactive. I learned about this book I read. It's called Art of Racing in the Rain. And, some of the best race car drivers in the rain, what they do is they push their car when it rains because they know they can react to whatever may happen at the time as opposed to reacting. The minute you react when you skid, you're a second or two off. Yeah, you're done. So in basketball, we try to be that proactive. Like, you know what the team's going to do, so you can already jump in front of it.
Yeah, and with all that repetition, none of us can still get golf. Why it's not our second hardest. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Two-time NBA champ Ray Allen joins us. You've got a new book, mentioning books, From the Outside, My Journey Through Life and the Game I Love. I've always want to ask this question when everyone writes a book, because I could never do it. What was the impetus? What made you say, I want to put this stuff down on pen and paper and get it out there?
Writing a book is certainly tough because you have to go back, way back if you're writing a book about your life. But you just think about, I look at somebody like Bill Russell. He played in the NBA 50-plus years ago. Think about how long ago that is. And to be able to look at things he's done, things he's said, to read his memoirs, for us now, it's history and it's important. Same thing with all the great leaders of our past. So, for my kids, so much more importantly, I love to be able to show them the things that I've gone through in my life to let them understand life isn't just about, you see a championship or a big shot or, a great relationship with a particular individual, but it comes from something. It comes from somewhere, and to be able to talk about it, you don't need a platform to have a voice or to write a story. All you just need is a life that you've been through so many things that you get to tell people, show people, this is exactly what I've been through to get to where I am.
So as you go through it, as you said, you have to go a ways back and relive some things. What were some of the hard things to relive in this?
Growing up as a kid, just trying to remember the things that kind of kept me down, my mentality, my focus. Kids are going through so much these days, and it's hard, with social media for them now. And so, bullying is a big thing that we talk about. So to be able to, tell a kid, just hang in there, like some kids don't know what that means.
Right.
Right.
just it'll be better on the other side. So to be able to write a book and talk about things I've been through as a 12 or 13-year-old, the people who were those that either slight bullied me or told me I wouldn't amount to anything, those are the people who actually have been in my head my whole life that forced me to be better, to be great, to be consistent, to show up, because there was always those people that you want to prove wrong.
That's really interesting you say that. As two-time NBA champ Ray Allen is here with us, UConn legend, new book, From the Outside, My Journey Through Life and the Game I Love. There's a kid who may get drafted in the first round of the NFL draft this year. His name is Connor Williams. He's a starting left tackle from Texas. And he went through exactly what you were talking about. He was a short kid who was really fat as a kid and had a speech impediment, and he was teased mercilessly. He talked about when people would invite him over to sleepovers, and they would do it just to beat him up. Or they would come, hey, let's go have a pellet gun, air gun fight, and they would all turn their guns on him and shoot him until he cried and went home. And he wrote a letter on NFL.com where he essentially said, I want to thank each one of you guys for doing that, because if you hadn't ridiculed me endlessly and taunted me and teased me, there was no way I would have found my inner fire to do what I've done. So you're saying that sort of thing, same thing motivated you.
Oh, for sure. And ultimately, that's why, even in your case, write a book. People would love to see where Trey Wingo comes from, where Mike comes from.
I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, but once you write it, I guarantee you'll figure it out. You'll say to yourself, like, wow, look where I've come from to get to where I am today.
Yeah. It was amazing to hear you say that, because Connor is going to be, he may be one of the first offensive linemen off the board or first tackles off the board.
Yeah, and what you see this big athlete, and you're like, wow, how did that happen?
No,
to him
his story is amazing.
And I always loved, like, you hear past greats talk about their journey. I love the journey. I like to hear about what happened when you were a kid and who were the influential people. And then there's the now, when you were a superstar as a player. So then go through that, because obviously winning the championship and then the obvious talk of friction with you and some of your former teammates. How do you deal with all of that, and where is that?
I'll tell you, I'll back up a little bit. When I came out of college, Slam Magazine, most people seen the article, the cover with the 1996 draft class on it, and they picked me in that class to fade into obscurity, and that drove me. It drove me, crazy for those first couple of years. I was so angry and upset and hurt by it, and I actually know
Jesus Shuttleworth that way.
Yeah.
How can you do that?
But they have no idea. They're just kind of like trying. You got a blank space and you just fill in the names, but. For the first 2 or 3 years in the NBA, I was like, Slam Magazine would come into the locker room, and I'm like, I hate those guys over there. I would kind of move away from them. But then as I got, deeper into my career, I realized these guys were the reason that I pushed so much harder, because they motivated me, because I wasn't going to fade into obscurity. So whenever you hear somebody say something bad about you, it's important. Just keep pushing. Use that voice. Use that motivation. The ones that say good stuff about you, you almost have to kind of keep that into place too, because you get too comfortable.
You know who loves you? Nick Saban. Talking about rat poison.
Rat poison,
exactly. With the guys telling people how great they are.
Yeah.
First of all, now I'm going to do this. Ray Allen is here with us. The first thing I said to you when I saw you in the hall was, dude, have a burger. How much weight have you lost over the last couple of years?
Well, I haven't lost a lot of weight. I've just kind of redistributed it.
Right.
I kind of weigh what I weighed when I was just getting into college, and it's just about the things that I kind of cut out of my diet. And Mike, you look great too. You think about you growing up and the way you had to carry.
Hey, I'm here, man. I just want to let you know I'm here.
I was going to you next.
Okay.
Believe me, we're going to you last for a reason.
I get it. That's my motivation.
Feel free to say no.
You guys gave me my motivation.
Yeah, but as athletes, we eat so much because we're always burning. And you got to sleep because you got to rest up and you got to recover. My body doesn't require as much sleep anymore. I find myself waking up at 5 a.m. a lot in the morning, so I get up and I go work out. I can't stay in bed. Yeah. But when I was playing, my body constantly said, you need rest, you need to sleep, you need to eat more, you're hungry. So it does. And now I've learned so much from all the great trainers and nutritionists that I've had that I don't want to let go of that. I don't want to just say I've learned so much and I'm going to all of a sudden be this person that gains weight and is somebody unrecognizable to who I once used to be.
Talking to Ray Allen, his new book, From the Outside, My Journey Through Life and the Game I Love. You played the game a long time. We see a guy who played the game a long time, and LeBron James, who's maybe playing the best he's ever played 15 years in. What do you attribute that to?
Well, one of the great things that I learned from him, and LeBron has been a sponge. One of the guys that I played with that constantly always was trying to figure out how to better himself. I was on the floor shooting. You know, I had Mike Miller in there, James Jones, Shane Battier. You guys always getting shots up. And LeBron was like, I can't shoot as good as you guys, but I need to figure it out. I need to learn how to shoot better free throws. You know, we used to go through drills every single day. The one thing that he did that was, you know, kind of like something I regretted was every day he was in the locker room stretching. And then every game afterwards, he was stretching. And I'm sitting here like, man, I didn't stretch as much. I would just leave after a game because I'm young, but he kept his joints just limber and loose and, you know, keep that space between his joints. And you still see like his explosion, like he's still going after it, you know, all this time. And I think that's a tribute to, you know, how he eats. Now he's eating great and he's taking great care of his body. He's getting rest, and you know he's got a team around him that makes
spends over $1 million a year on his workouts. And the guy who moved up, I think, from Florida by him. It's incredible.
Right. Look, he's put in the investment and it's paying off. Ray Allen here with us. Listen, we're running out of time, but I want to ask you this: a guy you know very well, Kevin Ollie, now out at UConn, your alma mater, Dan Hurley, and your thoughts on that?
Well, it was sad that they let Kevin go. You know, guy that I play with, one of the hardest working men that I've ever known. He's encouraged me to do what I do because I've seen him work like he works.
Right.
So I've always loved watching him be in that position, and it's unfortunate that the relationship has ended. He'll continue to be a Husky and continue to do great things afterwards. We now look forward to Danny coming in and you know, really making UConn a great institution like it has always been. So, you know, I played against him when he was at Seton Hall, and he's done a great job at Wagner and University of Rhode Island. So UConn Nation looks forward to some great, great things from him, and the kids are excited.
And real quick on this, I mean, just because it's been out there, a relationship with your former teammates in Boston, is more being made of that? Is some of that true? Where does that stand?
Well, for the time that I've been gone, I've never said anything bad about them. I don't have anything bad to say about them. You know, those are my brothers. I love them. We won in 2008 and went back in 2010. So it's unfortunate. I understand that they were disappointed that I left, but I haven't changed who I am as a person. You know, I've loved moving down to Miami, and you know, these guys embraced me, and you know, they took me in, and we were able to win. And you know, last I checked, that's supposed to be all of our missions, is to find the best opportunity we can to win in. So, you know, that's what my family and I decided, and, you know, it worked out for us.
Well, it certainly has worked out for you. Again, the book is From the Outside, My Journey Through Life and the Game I Love with Ray Allen. Ray, we appreciate you being here, and thank you once again for settling the debate, because you and I are right, and Mike's on the wrong side.
We'll see it. We'll get him out there. We'll see at Jim Calhoun's tournament. I'll show you how easy it is to hit a golf ball when I see two of them on the tee box.
As he beans one off the hut.
But we're going to set it up. You got to shoot something. You can't just go out there and swing easy. That's the thing.
We won't. We'll make sure.
I'll shoot something. All right.
Ray, we appreciate it. We got to go back after this word from ADT. Now